All right, let's take a look at the candidate list. We may need helium. I'm not sure yet, Sarah. We may need helium for this. Because look at the wonderful list of candidates that we have coming our way.
And I don't think we need the helium quite yet, but there's a, we've been doing this, we have a beta, and I don't mean this as it relates to Beto, but a beta version of our power rankings. If you are a fan of sports, you'll see this all across all the leagues. They do like the ESPN power rankings of the NBA and what teams are you know, the best teams in the league, which ones are the worst. And so we've done this with candidates. We've got a formula that takes into account about 30 different categories between polling, fundamentals, fundraising, various different things. And so we have an updated list that we've just put out. Again, and we're not completely final with the formula. We're still working through that. Would you like to go through this here, Glenn?
Sure, yes. We
have a five. There's basically kind of 5 tiers of candidates right now.
Yes.
You have the front runners. You have those that got a shot.
Yeah.
You have those who, I mean, if everything goes right,
yeah,
maybe.
Right.
Then you have the 4th category, which is like, probably not. And then you have the 5th category, which is like, I mean, come on. What are you doing?
Well, I think that's where everybody put Donald Trump last time.
That is, yes, that is exactly.
I mean, with the exception of a handful of people, that everybody was like, come on.
Right, and that's why it adapts. It takes the moment. It looks at the polling. It looks at all the stuff at that moment. It's a snapshot.
Okay, go ahead.
So very bottom category. It's a 0 to 100 scale. Between 17 and 20, you have Marianne Williamson and John Delaney. They are in the very bottom category.
Marianne Williamson, the guru?
Yes, the guru. She's running for president. It's an interesting one because there's not a crazy... there's a couple scenarios that actually could give her a rise in that she's like a Kardashian's guru, for example. If Kim Kardashian comes out and starts tweeting about her candidacy 100 times...
You know what? She is. Right. She should be the Oprah guru.
The Oprah candidate, right?
Oprah loves her.
Yeah.
Just loves her.
She actually has a very big social following. She's one of these like new age gurus that's been on all those shows, and that's not your world. Right. Because it's certainly not mine, but if it's not your world, you might not be aware that she actually has some reach. Whether she turns into a candidate, I think she would need her celebrity friends to really pitch for her. Okay, next category, which is, you know, probably not going to happen, guys. We have Andrew Yang, Tulsi Gabbard, Pete Buttigieg, Jay Inslee, John Hickenlooper. They're all on our scoreboard between 23 and 33. So again, this is a 0 to 100 scale. They're towards the bottom of this. You know, I don't know if do you see anyone out of there? I mean, Andrew Yang has made some news, but I don't think he's coming out of that.
Not necessarily good news.
Right. I mean, Pete Buttigieg is a favorite. I would not rule him out for a vice presidential candidate. It would be the first openly gay vice presidential candidate on either party. I think the Democrats would like to set that precedent.
I'm so sick of this.
It's all they care about is identity.
I know. I'm so sick of it.
What group can we take?
Can we use?
Yeah, exactly. Can we use for our own benefit? Yeah. Okay, then so now we're up to, if everything goes right, maybe, which is Kirsten Gillibrand and Julian Castro. Now, the exact opposite of everything going right is happening with Kirsten Gillibrand. I mean, this is a 0 of a candidacy so far. I mean, she has been invisible. She has had no success. She's showing up south of Tulsi Gabbard in some of these polls. This is not a good start for her. You never know. Maybe she could turn it around, but I honestly would not. If I had to pick right now the first candidate of any note to drop out of this race, it's her. This has just been a disastrous launch for Gillibrand, who's coming. You know, it's a New York senator. You'd think there'd be some
a disaster for a while, don't you think? She's been a 0. She's just a 0.
But she kind of tied herself into the news with the whole Me Too thing. She was very publicly. She went after Al Franken, by the way, and one of her big issues within the party is that. Yeah. Because people didn't like that the Me Too standards got applied to their guy.
I think I think the Me Too thing is so yesterday that it's just if you were big in that movement in politics, I think that's just it turned scummy. I mean, it was just it could have been good, but it became so political and so. It was just marked in time. Marked in time.
Everyone knows the underlying premise is good.
Yes.
right? That
Right.
women, if they are abused, should have justice.
Correct.
However, people who jumped in to use it as for a political tool don't come out looking so nice.
She's a 0.
Okay, so the next one is they've got a chance. 3 here in this category with a 48 score is Elizabeth Warren, 50 Amy Klobuchar, 54 Cory Booker. Those are the 3 in that category.
Okay, out of that, Cory Booker, nope.
I don't think it's happening.
He's just a fake. He's just a fake.
Yes.
He feels fake. He that Spartacus moment. I would love for him to be the candidate because he is so easy to mock and make fun of.
He is really funny.
He's just a total fake. But I mean, when you're running in a field with Pocahontas, I mean, fake is where it's at. Elizabeth Warren, 0 chance. 0 chance.
Again, I've stopped saying 0 chance over the years. I remember the first time I said I will never say again there's a 0 chance is when Howard Dean lost Iowa. He was ahead by like a zillion points a week before that election in my recollection. And then all of a sudden he lost, and all of a sudden the whole thing fell apart.
Yeah.
He was killing it in that race for months.
Yeah.
And then he was just gone after one speech. I mean, remember, he lost Iowa before that speech, so that was not the cause of the campaign.
Why did that fall apart?
I mean, Kerry just beat him. I think, Dean had a lot of the grassroots momentum and a lot of the far, far left. Now, of course, Howard Dean would be an ultra-conservative in this year's lineup.
Oh, my gosh.
An ultra-conservative.
Oh, my gosh.
Not only would he not be allowed to be the progressive candidate, I don't think he'd be allowed in the party.
Yeah.
Right
I have something really good to share with you about, the masks coming off. I have something really good to share with you today.
All right, and the final tier is our front runners. So in third place as of right now, according to the Glenn Beck program's candidate power ratings, Beto O'Rourke Bob Frank O'Rourke is his real name. He's at a 65 on this 0 to 100 scale. Kamala Harris at 67, and first place Bernie Sanders 69. Now again, Joe Biden has not announced yet, so he's not included in this. He will. I would be very surprised if he's not leading this once he does announce. But, who knows how long that lasts.
Joe Biden is going to be, I mean, I have no idea how this is, because they're just eating their own. But Joe Biden is the one that could unite everybody that is a Democrat, and they could say, oh, you know what, our party hasn't gone crazy.